want to hear some opinions on this. But I said it in the car. But Vic Mensa, like that's what I want to know, because like I told my coworker, I was just like, I like him, but he's just not that good. But I also told him that he's not as trendy as certain rappers are, but there's also elements to it. There's context to it. Not context. It's factors. That's the word. I said there's factors to that because like not everybody that's like good rappers are trendy. Mm-hmm. You know, I was like, you could take somebody that's like, because I told him Vic Mensa is a mixture of conscious and hype, but like nobody can relate to that. But then again, we got somebody like Chance the Rapper who's also a mixture of conscious and hype.
But it's also, I feel like, because Chance was out on the scene, which was more about hype prior to, and then he switched up his style midway to like the whole gospel thing and stuff, and the coloring book album. Yeah. And I feel like because of that, like regardless of his sudden change, he already had the audience. He was established. You know what I'm saying?
They like that he was still respecting the culture to where it was classical instruments being used that Chicago had made famous. The part where Vic Mensa failed, he's not as consistent as Chance.
Okay.
Also much more, I would say, thuggish than Chance. Yeah.
Chance, I said he also has like a wholesomeness to him.
Yeah, but Vic Mensa has a more street attitude, and he can actually freestyle. Chance could. So you know that.
You say he can?
Chance could not.
Oh, I'm about to say, like, we saw that freestyle.
So we know that there's a basically, it's not a lyrical problem. It's more like how he put himself out there.
Yeah.
What he did. All Chance was dancing with the people, doing different projects. He expanded his projects. Vic Mensa was just like, no, I'm a rapper, I'm gonna just keep rapping.
He still represents Chicago.
Chance, for example, Sunday Candy. Or what was it, Mr. Happy?
No. You mean the album?
No, when he wanted to kill, when he made that little skit.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, Mr. Happy.
Mr. Happy, he wanted to, like, it was like when people go to kill you from the deep web. Mm. And he had projects. There's nothing Vic did besides make music. Chance did acting.
That's what I'm saying. Like Chance, I feel like as a character, well, not less of a character, but as a person in general, he was already very much involved in a lot of things. You know, like competitions and stuff like that. He already, like, the second he became successful, tried to involve himself in his community, trying to give back. He's still unsigned. You know what I'm saying? Making all his music free. The only thing that you're paying for from Chance is his tickets to his shows and his merch. That's how he profits.
His whole way of coming up was even different.
Exactly. It's completely he broke the game basically.
Childish Gambino did it too, where everybody was just like, wait, and this is free?
So yeah. Free. So like I feel like some of that is more like fan focused than what you said. But like that's why I don't take some of that into consideration, because some of those are like business moves, and that's why you're known in the business. Like that's why we care about you in the business. But like when it comes to fans, it's like, what did he do to attract fans? And in my opinion, Vic Mensa, I think he jumped around probably a lot. I don't really know all the stuff like that. But for me, Chance the Rapper had this wholesomeness when it came to his rapping. He just seemed so happy, but was also spitting some real shit.
Like the whole acid rap album is just like it goes from really like dark and deep and like self-brooding music, like specifically Acid Rain, which is probably my favorite track on there.
10 Days is the best Chance
Juice
rap album,
or
you know what I'm saying?
The best.
Or it takes a lot of even talent to want to be able to mix that beautiful dark twisted fantasy. When you listen to that album, you're just there like, he can push you up, he can put you down. There's different songs to get you in the mood. There's even a song about betrayal in it, and you play it and you hear this experience. And when you listen to certain artists, they focus on one experience, and then they try to include it, and it kind of falls flat. Another example was like Kyle's album called Smile. It's a happy summer album, but there's some dark tracks on there too, talking about his father's abandonment and all that stuff like that.
But before I stop the testing thing, what was I about to say? Oh, also, Once again, I didn't listen that much to Vic Mensa until like you put me on Autobiography. That's what it's called. And that album was okay, but it also tried to say as if like it was doing something similar. I'm not gonna say to Chance the Rapper, but like a conscious rapper. Like, yo, guys, let me tell you about my life. And as much as I love the song Home Wrecker, that has no substance whatsoever. Cause like after listening to it like a 2000th time, I realized what it was about. I was like, that's not that deep, man. Like that's not that.
You know what I do?
Not enough for a song.
Like for example, when Chance remixed Arthur's intro, the intro to Arthur, like that was just like. It was feel-good music. It was a medley, which is just a combination. And it's just like paying respects to a bunch of different people, different styles. But then the message overall was charismatic, be happy, be good, spread love, share that.
And this goes back to his wholesome character.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that probably attracted a lot of his fans.
Oh, absolutely.
Not even just black people.
Because
that attracted everyone.
It's music that makes you feel good.
It's feel-good music. It's feel-good music, but the thing is that the way he went about his growing up, when someone came to him and was like, yeah, everything he does is free. He wants to be, even his albums are free. He called them mixtapes because he really didn't have no other choice to. But he wants them to be albums because they're free. I was just like, word? Like, yo, this guy's trying to do something different.
I mean, made it to the billboards without signed. Yeah. Without being signed to anybody.
Just that business move, you called it, attracts fans. Because it's like, oh, so I can achieve my dreams without selling out to the white man? That's and you want to listen to this guy. You will take anything he says just because he made it and did not sell out. His own way.
Yep.
I feel like I'm going to go back to like Vic Mensa not being that great. Like, as a person that writes poetry, I got to give props when I feel some lyrics that did some justice. Like, a little bit off topic, just because of the artist I'm about to mention, like Hobo Johnson. To this day, I still think like he said like when I listened to that song Romeo and Juliet, and the line where he says like when you hear yelling and fighting, and he called that's the sound of people falling out of love. I thought that was the dopest line I've ever heard in my life. Yeah. And this goes with Chance the Rapper with third world problems that niggas make up. That whole song, I was like, well, damn. I was like, yo, that's what, like, because there's a really, really thin line between corny.
Oh, you're talking about the one who was like, I hate my job, I hate my car, and all this other shit.
First world problem. That's the third word, didn't I? First world problems that niggas make up. Fall asleep and may you never wake up, or something like that. Oh. And that whole, he never made a studio of it. He might do it when he makes like a new album, but that whole song, like I was saying, it's a very thin line between corny and real, and it all matters on what you say it, how you say it, and how you deliver it, which is basically the same thing, but still. And for him to go through that whole album, that whole song, and I was like, that was dope, yo. Like, that was some good lyricism, that was some good delivery. What you did was amazing. Then you listen to Vic Mensa and him trying to do that, you're like, all right, emo kid, calm down. All right, Mr. Emo.
And I feel like the people that he signed to, because Vic Mensa signed, I feel like the people he's signed to are telling him, well, your counterpart, Chance the Rapper, is famous for peace and love.
Oh yeah, you told me this. Yeah.
So you should be a rebel. You should try to get the anarchy people. People only listen to Vic Mensa just to be like, see, he's not like Chance, and they're from the same place. And you'll listen to it just because it's like
So they're both.
It's like Nikes and Adidas.
They're both from Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Nikes are better. But Nikes are better.
Check this out. So his entire album of The Social Experiment, Sunday Candy, all those other songs.
That was trash.
And then I know there were like some good ones.
There was like one for me, and that was Sunday Candy.
I felt like there were like 2 or 3 for me, but
yeah.
But then the entire I could listen to the entire album with him and Donnie Trumpet like back to back, just because I like jazz and shit like that. But it's just like, or like a lot of the collab songs that he just does like one shots, like with No Name. I think it's called Israel. Is it Israelite or Israel? It's Israel, right? Yeah, it's just like shit like that. I feel like it speaks a lot to people's faith.
I think that term Israelite is very powerful.
You said that in episode 0. It all goes back to episode 0. Yo, like, we're gonna be like 20 episodes in, and we're gonna have some Illuminati shit. Just go, it all goes back to episode 0.
It's such a powerful term.
But, what was it? There was, something that, I was gonna mention. Oh, but, like, this is not to completely shit on Vic Mensa. I think he's good. Like, if you, like that song, Oh My Goodness, which is at the ending of Autobiography, because, like, you know, they had that whole thing, like, this is my album, and here, I'm having fun, ha. That whole album, that whole song with him rapping, I was like, oh, like, you got some, like, I was feeling it. I was working at Walmart, I was like, oh, I was like, oh, so you actually are, like, you got some better lyrics, alright, but it just doesn't compare to the people that are more well-known than him.
It fall flat on its face because it's not him genuine.
He just gotta pull a Big Sean. That's all I'm saying.
What's that?
So Big Sean, I liked him. Like, I don't know why when he made that song, I'm gonna make this drink, like, you know, that song. I liked it. I liked the way it was going and everything.
Like my last?
Yeah. Like, you ever heard of it?
Yes, you did.
I'm gonna say it was everywhere, so you probably did.
I'm gonna fill this drink up like it's my last. I'm gonna put this ass up like it's my last.
Oh, yeah.
So, that's...
You know.
So, I like that song, but the thing is, everybody, even though I don't like mention the critics anymore, Andy Fantana was like, he just doesn't stand out. And it's like Big Sean heard that, and was like, oh, I don't stand out, huh? And then he just made, like, I would say, like, not the album after that, but it was Big Black, something like that.
Skyscrapers.
Yeah, Skyscrapers. That album, I was like, oh, so this is what Big Sean is capable of. And then he went on Detroit versus Everybody. He started doing like all these other songs. He started going ham. You're like, my bad, Big Sean. That's all Vic Mensa has to do. You just gotta start going ham.
But that's the thing.
Go ahead.
Like Big Sean, he's the most average rapper that's at the top. That is a fact.
So what you're saying is he's not even a part of the top 5 in his label.
Oh, it is damn.
No, that's a diss. But no. For example, right? So my example.
Come on, kid, you know I'm just playing around. Shut the fuck up. You act like the last thing I know.
So my thing is right. It's like with Big Sean, he is the most average person. Period. Like if they made a biography for him, I don't think there would be nothing moving in it. I'll just be like, wow, this is boring.
I mean, yeah, no, because like,
he rapped when they got famous.
Well, he made a song about that where he was like, some people say I
rapped about the day he got famous?
No,
sort of.
That's the name of the album, Finally Famous.
Yeah, like, that's what it's called, yeah.
Damn,
so,
that's not cringy. I don't know what.
No. But like, everybody does that. But his way of doing it was more like, the people said that, I forgot the line, but it was like, people said I got famous overnight. Yeah, I guess it did take me like 12 years to get famous overnight. And I was like, so he's been rapping for 12 years, but if that's all you've been doing, then it's not that interesting. It's like, even though he's our boy, I mean, come on. It's like, what's his name? Innocent Paak.
Yeah.
Innocent Paak has been doing this for a long time, but it's like...
hell yeah, but Innocent Paak is like...
Talented as hell?
Yeah,
talented AF?
Not even talented. That man is dedicated as fuck. Yes, Lord.
Way to Golden Meteorite.
You know the title when he said that.
Yeah, what? I mean, my man's Anderson.
Now here's something we hope you'll really like.
Reefer Madness. A city starved of fame. It's the same old thing. Yes, lean with me, rock with me. Golden Soldiers. One to stock, one to rock. Yes, it's here.
He's always the caterpillar.
Why?
Because he had a
still has fucking rhymed everything he said.
I didn't even give a fuck about Alice in Wonderland.
Word.
Just
Until
like
I saw that.
Just like hot take. I don't give a fuck about The Incredibles.
Wait,
Facts.
what?
Facts.
I don't give a fuck about the like.
To be honest, I can't say I give a shit about any movie because I go to the movie like once in a fucking year.
Well, I'm not saying I don't give a fuck. It's like I
twice.
care. I care about Incredibles. I like Incredibles when I watched it. I like The Incredibles when I watched it and all that. But when Incredibles 2 came out, everybody was like losing their mind. I'm like, don't get me wrong, I want to watch it, but like, I don't care.
This ain't Toy Story.
Exactly.
I mean,
Toy Story.
You gotta understand though. What they did was they promised a sequel. They gave you a cliffhanger. Jack has powers. And it's been over a decade since we finally got to see a fucking
And we don't even see Jack Jack grow up in events. They still learning. Jack Jack has powers.
Well,
really, bro?
Well, yeah. Because it picks off.
I thought it would be better if he was just older.
Yeah, like...
And then that concept, the concept of his sister getting bigger because of the little brother. The little brother wants all the spotlight because that's what he is already. He's already flashy. The sister isn't. So imagine the sister getting popular. She's goth and doesn't want to be part of it.
Oh, okay. Similar to what the entire movie is about, according to what I saw in the trailers.
But instead, it's the kids. Mm-hmm. And then Jack basically, we can make them the protagonist because he's still discovering his powers, make him older. So when he discovers his
he's
powers,
probably the most powerful of all of them.
It's like when I told that dude at Quick Check last night. I don't know what your business strategy was, you know, so I can't say like you should have did this, you should have did that. I just know the execution. I don't care.
But that's why I thought would have been a better thing. They try to tackle the whole being a household mom and how dads just can't succeed. Full primitive men raising children, but
you can't do the voice and not do what you usually do.
Internet shows how to destroy the song. Like it's like what I said. I felt like would have been a more respectable approach to it, because again, it attacks the feminist roles of how a boy wants to be more popular, but his sister's more popular. But it also attacks being the outcast but turning popular. How does an outcast handle that popularity? Because again, Raven's one of the most popular DC characters, along with Batman, gothic people. So that would have been good because she's goth. Would have handled that to where, how does she handle coming up to that spot?
What that tells me is that all the fans are just edgelords.
How did we get here? How did we get here?
Because they're all gothic. I'm just kidding. Look, what I'm saying is, I get what you're saying. Basically, the whole movie is all about attacking social norms and traditional gender roles. Because, you know, in the beginning of the first movie, it's all Mr. Incredible, back on the scene, super fast car, super sleek job, hot secretary, working for some billionaire, cool. Until, of course, shit gets real. And then the second movie is all about, let's bring back supers, let's make Elastigirl the face of supers coming back. You know, she went from stay-at-home mom to very gung-ho, very progressive, and at the forefront, you know, and having dad be a stay-at-home dad and stuff.
So the question is, in reality, do you think superheroes will be uncool?
Uncool?
Will there be a time
Hell no.
if someone was flying around saving the day, will we hate
I think there'll be racism. To be honest, that motherfucker could get to work faster than me. That's why I've been that.
I mean,
I would have been on the program.
Or who knows? Maybe it'd be like
I'm taking uranium.
But what if it's like One Punch, where you got a whole hero association and that's their job, and you're a normie, so you have a regular job, but they're superheroes, so they have these crazy, extraordinary jobs that only they can do.
And just like how I am jealous of YouTubers, I would be jealous of your job.
I mean, you're right. I mean, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I feel like, of course, you'll be envious because you know that'd be amazing shit if I could just fly anywhere. But not even that. Much like how X-Men has it, there will be hate. Of course, there's going to be hate.
Yeah, but
people tend to segregate themselves on differences rather than bring themselves together on.
But it won't be majority.
Yeah, but X-Men did it in a better way.
They'll be the cookie squad. They'll be the guys with the torches.
I'm not saying X-Men is perfect, but X-Men did it in a better way because X-Men is more like racism, and it was more like religious fear, and that's inhuman.
Well, to be fair, X-Men is just
we know
euphemism, right? For,
Dr. Martin Luther King
like
and
the take on X-Men,
Malcolm X
and gender roles and stuff like that.
X-Men was the most realistic take on it.
Yeah.
I don't think that many people would hate them, but there will be people that want to regulate it, and there will be people trying to push those laws.
It was a take on society's homophobia.
Oh that too. It was just like basically X-Men was, this is unnatural, and this is how humans were taken.
Right,
So
exactly.
this brings up another question. Back to the Pixar thing. Pixar movie that you want to come back to make a sequel to.
Is Coco part of that? Who's that come back, right?
One from your childhood.
Oh.
Yo, okay.
Like an actual sequel.
I'm gonna edit this because I gotta do research, but I gotta do some research first. I want to see Bugs Life, but that's not Pixar, right?
Listen,
That is.
I want to see
Pixar.
Bugs Life too.
Thank you.
That's what I want to see.
That's my favorite.
I would have to do research. I want to see Bugs Life 2.
That was my favorite movie as a kid.
And that was real. Everybody was celebrating. Don't worry, boss. Like, what the ants gonna do? They're not gonna do anything. Ha ha ha. They're not gonna do anything, right? He murdered 2 of them, and then gave them cold stares, like,
wait. Who murdered them? Hopper? The
yeah.
grasshopper?
He's like, oh look, see, 1 rebellion, right? It's just 1, right? What can they do? 2? Oh, what can they do? How about all of them? I was like, oh.
She's talking about murdering them in cold blood.
You see what happened when 1 rebels? Like,
it was all about indifferences, rising up. Yo, it was great.
It was.
Oppression. All in one. I would love to see a sequel to that. I would be like, yeah, boy. With my shades on? Yeah, boy.
Not even that, but it was all about, like, people from completely different walks of life coming together. Because you had the spider, the butterfly / caterpillar, the ladybug, who was actually a guy, but kind of a lady. It was a bunch of shit. I thought altogether it was a great movie.
Attack transgender roles.
Yeah.
I didn't care about Finding Nemo. Finding Dory was sad. The beginning was really sad, but I was like, okay.
I hate all of it. I didn't
know. I hated it. Just like, I didn't like
when I watched Nemo. I was just like, this is corny. Like, I was literally just watching it like, this is boring.
I want Monsters University was good.
But Big Hero 6. I want to see a sequel to that shit.
I do too. But what's it called? Sorry, Monsters Inc. Well, Monsters University was good, but I want an official Monsters Inc. 2 sequel where we get Boo back. I want to see that. I actually do.
Older Boo.
Yeah, I don't want to see because everybody got those lame people that's on the internet making those shitty ass fucking posters.
Fanfictions?
Yeah, and dumbass people. Oh my god, did you see that? It's gonna happen. It literally says it's coming out.
To be fair,
November.
I'm more than sure
42,
that. I'm more than sure that.
35.
Aside from like theories, I'm sure Boo is already adult Boo is part of the Pixar universe. You just don't. They haven't pointed her out or made it blatantly obvious.
Example, what good story would have been? Boo wants to go back to the world. She ends up finding the way back to the world. Found Mike and Sully and Mike.
Sully and Mike. Yeah. They have really normal names.
But they wanted to basically integrate humans with the Monster University. With the Monster Company.
Did they replace screams with laughter?
Yeah.
So that's already a thing.
Yeah, but imagine you're
right. You're right, because that'll make it so much better because they're not using the scream at people. Yo, Pixar signed us up. That makes such a great story because they already they already converted screams to laughter. So now they're like, yo, we already got somebody that would be a good advocate for that. So they get Boo, but then there's some hating ass monsters that's like, nah. I still want to scare people.
Right.
And my father's father and his father and their fathers before that, all scared.
That attacks
Big Monster ain't great again.
That attacks the pride of cultures. That's also attacking the whole political stance on everybody.
Make scaring great again.
And then another instance is basically just the indifferences in the job force. So they actually have her working there, thinking that she's going to do things, but people are purposely messing her up, ruining her job there. She almost got fired, and it's just kind of like, yo, this shit's going to get real.
Yeah, I feel like that's way too real though for a kids movie.
Oh, Zootopia?
Coco?
Zootopia?
Zootopia? Yeah, okay. Yeah, you better step back.
Toy
It's
Story?
my house now. Toy Story out of it.
Yeah, you're right.
Toy Story 3. I was in the.
Yeah, I know. They're all talking about
Toy
death
Story
next to them.
What? I was in the theater with my dude Azil, and I'm like, I'm not gonna actually kill them, right? 2 minutes in, they start getting sad looks. They're not gonna actually kill them, right?
Man, I knew they were dying once I saw Sid, that kid with the goddamn T-shirt.
Oh yeah,
blowing up
Inside Out.
First one was when they showed what happens with the kids. They showed you what kids do with their toys differently. Toy Story 1. Imagination's killed. How you gonna get back to your owner? It was all about the attachment that a person has to their toys, right? 2, the reality of how they sell them merchandising, big marketing and all that, whatever. 3?
Growing up. 3 was all about growing up.
I want to see a sequel to Wall-E.
I don't care about Wall-E.
Oh, did we forget that Mufasa got murdered?
That's not Pixar.
No, but that
And
is
Scar.
a Disney movie.
No, Scar got.
But that's
Shrek'd.
Yes.
Scar got Shrek'd.
He got eaten alive by hyenas. That was his image.
Hey, you don't remember the last scene?
I remember.
No. You remember that scene? It was like, then I saw her face. Because he got Shrek'd. He got Shrek'd. And I don't believe he got destroyed. You know? I was like, oh my god.
Well,
to be fair,
I don't think it's Pixar either. Outside of this, Chicken Run.
Chicken Run. What was Chicken Run about? Besides
Chicken
Run?
trying to escape a coop. It was
like a chicken Run. I'm talking about Chicken Little.
It was them trying to escape like what was it? A chicken pie factory?
Don't care about that.
I don't want to be a pie. Yeah. Telling you, yo. Like
that was that stop motion film.
That made me always want to try chicken pot pie off of that.
You're a savage.
Wow.
This just must be really good, though.
Wow.
They mass produced. It looked good in the thing. You watch it, I'm like, yo, this does look really good, though.
I can't think of the other, but like, there are so many kid movies that I was just like, Jesus Christ!
I want a good Rugrats reboot.
What?
I don't want a Rugrats reboot.
I want a good Rugrats reboot.
No, I'm still they did the Thundercats. We're good. Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyways,
and the dude's just like, I was a big fan of Thundercats. So you do this?
it goes back to the marketing though, because like I said, it's like I don't know what your business strategy was.
The guy who said he was a big fan made a shitty reboot of
hold on, but now we got that. But the actual voice actors for Teen Titans is the people in Teen Titans Go. We don't know what your business strategy is. Well, I don't know what the business strategy is, but apparently that was the best solution to bringing back Thundercats, Teen Titans Go, and whatever else that comes in your fucking brain. You're like,
because kids are too smart.
Yeah,
kids are way too smart now. So cartoons got to be stupid. Because they're not going to sell if it's not random and goofy. That's just fact.
But then again, to actually go against my own self, to play devil's advocate to my own self, we got stuff like Steven Universe, regular show. What's the other one? Adventure Time.
No, but did you see what they had to do first?
True.
They had to sneak up on you, to be real.
But the thing is, Chris, is that why aren't you doing? Actually, no. Okay. I'm gonna agree with that because even Teen Titans did it. Teen Titans introduced like marketing when there was like what's his name? I think you would know his name. The guy that like controlled their reality.
It's something. It was really simple.
Yeah. Remote King, something King. I don't know. But when he brought it up, he was like, "Yeah, before you guys, there was this," and he showed like all like the dopeness of Teen Titans, and then he explained what happened and how everybody's angry. You just revealed actual marketing or actual like I guess problems with the industry.
So basically, he broke the fourth wall and created an episode about it. That's interesting.
Exactly. Everybody does something, but it's like there's a marketing strategy or a business strategy with Cartoon Network that's like, nah, bro. We gotta make that at least we got past the random generation where everything has to be random. XD.
So quick thing for
talking
anybody,
about you, Disney.
So quick thing for anybody who does not know, this is like a little broadcast. That app VRV.
Oh yeah.
If you have that,
I want that. Actually,
you by default have Crunchyroll.
I gotta get.
They got a Crunchyroll channel in.
Wow.
I've been watching Megalobox all night yesterday.
Yo, you watched it?
Yes.
Son of a bitch. Ain't that shit dope?
Yes.
Yo! For those who don't know, Megalobox is a stylized, it's like literally visually downgraded to resemble Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo, and any other Shinichiro Watanabe's similar.
It looks a lot like
coolly.
It looked like a lot like it.
Right, but it literally just came out. It's really fucking great.
So two things, guys. One, welcome to the Golden Meteorite podcast. We're like 15 minutes in, but like we had a strategy. We're just gonna talk about stuff. But once you get into a certain topic, you just go off the handle, and I love that. Like it gets a lot of passion and all that. But my second question is, how the fuck did you get VRV? I want that. I kept seeing little commercials for it, and I'm like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, I might try this out.
So this is how you get it, guys. Well, it's already on the consoles and stuff, as you already know. But if you go to vrv.co/OVA, you get a free 25% discount. No, I'm playing. Yo,
I was like,
I'm out, bro. I'm gonna use that myself.
But
Say that again.
But I binge watch Bee and Puppy Cat. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
It's $9.99 a month, but
damn,
it's 30. It's a 30-day free trial. So I just activated a 30-day free trial.
Okay, but like you get to choose. Once again, guys, this is not an advertisement. I wish. But you get to choose what shows you get to watch.
Raina Scully, if you're listening, we're more than open to advertising deals.
Please.
It's
Chris just gave us the look up. Go ahead.
So it's like oh, channel. What channel would you want to watch? So it's like they tell you like themes, like they're like, oh, Trapped in Space. If you're like Josh who likes to watch space themed things, you could watch that. They have like more realistic things. They got SJW Freak Show stuff. If you're like Jordan and you want to watch that type of stuff.
Wow, the population.
No, but in all seriousness, they have different things if you want to watch them. They got reality shows. They got different segments from YouTubers that's on there.
Yeah.
They got that dude that do the sexy man who writes on the glow board.
What's sexy man?
The science dude that we write on the science.
I know who you're talking about. He breaks down the science of games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I forget what this channel's
Yes,
called.
he do.
I probably do.
He writes like it looks like
He's got long hair. He looks like a skinnier version of Thor.
Yo, he's hot.
I really don't.
But does a science channel.
The only person with long hair I know, and I think he's a fucking scrub because he thinks he can rap, is that dude with the red and black hair.
He looks like him, but trust me, you know him. You're the reason why I seen it.
I don't fuck with him because he's like one of those people, one of those special YouTubers that's like, oh, my content isn't great. And he like fucking with iDubbbz. I'm like, dude, you can't rap for shit. So like, calm the fuck down. Get better at life. But I really don't know who you're talking about. The only people I know that I forgot what it's called, science or some shit like that. But I know them, and I found out recently like a few months ago that they were gay, and I was like, oh, now that's crazy. I didn't know about anything
As
about
if that
that.
changes anything, am I right?
It doesn't. I was just surprised. You get hit with some information like that. I was like, oh. I don't think they was always gay, but like that's what makes it even more interesting because I don't think they was always gay. They just came out as gay during the time I wasn't paying attention or whatever.
Okay. So yeah, back to VRV. So it's basically a multi-platform streaming service that gives you content from several different sites, all in one platform. Easy for you to choose, bite down, and digest. But yeah, back to what you were saying in regards to, you said you were binge watching Megalobox and what else?
So I was been watching Megalobox, but there's so many selections. Like they have a Crunchyroll channel, literally. Like you don't need Crunchyroll. Also, you can watch VRV with ads. That was
so you don't actually need a subscription.
You don't need a subscription.
Right.
But I went out my way and I was watching Megalobox. I was really interested in it. I fell asleep in the midst of it, but I didn't get back into it. I'm gonna watch it a little bit later today.
Can you tell me what's it about? I remember you guys said it, but I like wanted like more details.
Would you care to explain, or should I?
So it's basically a post-apocalyptic. We could call it post-apocalyptic because it looks really run down. Mm-hmm. But it's a really run down place, and the only way that people really get glory is participating in the Megalobox. But you got to be a citizen. The main character is not a citizen, and he was throwing fights. He's a really good fighter, but he throws fights deliberately just to get a quick dollar. It turns out he wants to be a champion. He wants to be part of the Megalobox. Yeah. They use these things. We can call it. If I can copy it, if it's like any anime,
Yo, this shit look. I'm looking at the art. First off, I gotta give you credit, Josh, because you shouted this out once again. Go back to episode 0.
Yep.
But like, you shouted this out in episode 0, dude. It got an 8.3 on my anime list and an 8.4. And what is it? 98% Google users love this show.
It's been showing up so much on my Facebook. Like Josh kept talking about it, I was like, I watch it. And then like
I haven't even finished it yet.
When I turned on VRV, I was trying to figure out what to watch real quick that I was interested in, but something just to give time to go by. I saw Megalobox. The thing about anime to me, I hate dub. I know that's a debate for another day, but I hate dub. So when I watch anime and sub, it needs my undivided attention. And this drags it out of you. This drags your attention to it. Like you're watching, you're not even paying attention, you're looking down, and then you just hear like some noise. You just looking like, yo, let me see what's going on here. The main antagonist, the rival, you got like braces on, like it's like arm braces.
It's kind of like an exoskeleton.
Yeah,
it's like an air gear, literally. Like you do this, you can punch so much harder. You know, some of them give you special abilities if you want it. This dude literally looked like is just embodied in silver on his arms. Like it's so incredible. And he was just like, alright, yo, let me show you. You want to fight? I can beat you in one hand. Just straight snuff the main character. And you're just like, oh, he's gonna get him. He's gonna like really have you think, oh, he does have potential. But instead it was like, no, he took the knockout as it was. It was just like, nah, I'm going to beat this man. And I just love that whole... My favorite kind of animes are always the defy the odds animes. I love those.
Yeah, it's like a real underdog tale. But basically, Megalobox is an anime that came out due to the celebration of the 50th anniversary of Champion Joe. And Champion Joe is basically an old anime from back in, I think, the 50s or 60s that was basically a retelling of Rocky. So, there you have it. If you've seen Rocky, I guess you can sort of tell how the story's going to go. The only thing is that the story itself, it's set in a post-apocalyptic future where everybody's either like super rich or super broke. But there's hardly an in-between.
To me, being that I never watched it, and maybe one of these days, I fell off with anime. But I just got to make a reference, and I know it's going to get Chris excited. The whole boxing aspect just reminded me of that JoJo scene where Dio was fighting JoJo. He's like, a knockout isn't good enough. I gotta show who's boss. He swung at him and stuck his thumb out just to hit his eye. And
So he tried to blind him?
And JoJo was so astonished. He was like, he took his thumb out on purpose. I was like, yeah, that's the most evilest man I ever met in my life. Oh god. No, there was this one scene where JoJo had this girl, and like I forgot because it was like a while ago, but I think the girl was like waiting for JoJo at the tree.
For those who don't know, it's JoJo Bizarre Adventure.
Yeah. And she was waiting for JoJo at the tree, and she's like, "Oh, JoJo's gonna be here. Everything's gonna be romantic. It's gonna be great." She walked up. No, Dio walked up. She's like, "Dio, what are you doing here?" He was like, "Oh, it's me, Dio." Grabbed her and forcibly kissed her. It was like, you thought your first kiss was gonna be JoJo, but it was I, Dio. Yeah. I was sitting there looking at my laptop like, yo, this man is evil.
Yeah, fucking Dio.
You're the embodiment of everything that is wrong in all animes when it comes to an evil character. You're just evil. What's wrong with you? But anyways, so besides that whole 23-minute intro about Pixar, animation and all that, we got a show for you today. Chris wanted to talk about something that Josh apparently doesn't know about. I think we mentioned it a little bit. If we didn't, we're just going to inform you guys today in this podcast. And it's about Tana Mongeau. So for anybody that doesn't know who Tana Mongeau is, I guess to put it simply, she's just a famous YouTuber. If anybody doesn't know how YouTube works, it's basically you make your own videos, you create videos, and you gather up a population or a fandom or whatever, and people worship the ground you fucking kiss on. Some of them have talent, some of them are just likable. Is that the best way to put it, or the nicer way of putting it? They're just very likable characters. Like they're caricatures of a word, like a caricature of swag. TBH, and it's this one YouTuber named Tana Mongeau who I got a lot of definitions to roll out. So Tana Mongeau mentioned in one of these videos she got mad at this convention that a lot of YouTubers go to, a lot of famous YouTubers, whether you're well known or not well known, you get invited. Well, some of them. It matters if you're likable enough, but you get invited to go to this con. But over the past couple of years, a lot of YouTubers weren't liking it. They wasn't liking how it was being ran. They didn't like security. They didn't like, I don't know. Mostly that's why I heard. Did you hear anything else, Chris?
It's also because I believe VidCon was purchased by another company, by TanaCon,
yeah,
and they decided to run it differently, causing more trouble and issues for YouTubers.
That's true, but this is their first year. Right. This is TanaCon's first year, so it was way before that. A lot of people, like Shane Dawson, who's also involved in this, in the story that I'm about to talk about. Shane Dawson didn't like going, which I guess we should have did more research on that. But it's, for what I heard, it was just like, it gets overrated. You don't like how you're getting treated. You don't like the overall experience. I remember Phil Frank also covered it. You don't like what you get out of it. Like, this time that you could have been doing this, you could have been building your own brand in a better way, in your own style, which is why Phil DeFranco is doing his own thing. But anyways, Tana decided...
I'm here for DeFranco-con.
But Tana decided to do a very risky move. Very risky. I would say it's like an entrepreneur type move and make her own con. Now, the reason why, like, a lot of people, because Tana is one of those YouTubers that she's like, what's his name? Logan Paul, the Logan brothers or whatever. The Logan brothers, the Paul brothers. And,
you might as well be the Logan brothers.
Yeah, right, you might as well just
He's
get the
only
fucking...
famous because his brother's Logan.
Exactly. Even though, was Logan on TV?
Jake was on
Disney.
Disney. But it was because his brother was Logan Paul. What do you...
Exactly. But Tana Mongeau, especially with some controversy that she went through, Tana isn't very well received on the internet. And I was one of those people that wasn't really like on her team, but it's a thing, you do whatever you have to do, it's YouTube. But I really respected her decision to do this thing where she wanted to make her own convention, ran on the same day as VidCon. Now the thing is, I think that was a brilliant move, but there were two factors that ran that to the ground. One, how old is she? Like 20? 21?
21 just now.
She is 21, way too young, but don't get me wrong, age shouldn't be a factor when it comes to stuff like this, but it really showed with the outcome of this con. But she's 21, she's trying to run her own convention, it didn't go too well.
And she planned it, like almost little to no
2
time?
months. She put
Hardly.
2 months into this convention trying to have VidCon make a run for their money.
I saw bits and pieces of that Shane Dawson bit on the Philip DeFranco episode. And to be honest, Valley girl accents make me want to shoot my fucking brains out. Just a disclaimer. That's probably why I don't consume any of her content.
So, the thing that we're going to be talking about today, I'm going to let Chris run it because he really wanted to talk about it. So what do you want to go on about this situation?
And I am completely oblivious and all ears.
Yeah, and Josh is also completely oblivious. So we're going to have probably a really long conversation about this.
Hello, goddamn internet. This is Chris Johnson coming back. No. So, anyways, what I want to talk about...
that was a YouTube intro.
No, in reality, I want to talk about the whole situation that happened. So, for example, Shane Johnson doesn't go to the events anymore. Bottom line is because he got the anxiety. That's a YouTube disease. It used to be depression. So,
whoa.
Now,
I'm not saying anything.
No.
Because
like, in all seriousness,
I can understand.
I suffer from depression, but everybody has, like...
and anxiety.
Everybody,
you have a lot of anxiety.
So, everybody has, like, this whole concept, like, no matter who's on YouTube, oh, I got this. Okay, anxiety's different.
I can understand why Shane Dawson would get anxious. I mean, if you got a large following, and a lot of them are like, various age ranges, and you go to these cons, and then you got all these people running up to you simultaneously, of course you're gonna panic.
I get you.
You never know who you might have that one psychopathic fan that
I completely agree with you 100%. But I'd rather be anxious to get out my brand new Ferrari. So I know it's not the same.
I'm gonna give my input after he's done.
His SJW tiring is coming soon.
Go to Meteorite, it's a little shaky today. I think we're headed towards my hometown.
I think we're getting too close to the sun today, guys. Alright, so no, but the situation was that he doesn't like going to cons. Okay? So that's just something you gotta keep in your head.
right.
But he's really close to Tana.
I don't know when they started, but he said that. He was like, we're close.
They made a lot of featurette videos together. That's something else you gotta keep in your head. Keep that
I
in
could
your
be
head.
wrong.
Gotcha.
Backing up, the con is VidCon is a place where YouTubers had a place to have their own con, where their fans can meet your people, whatever the case is. I'm trying to say this not to be insensitive, but a lot of people were upset because a lot of the YouTubers were upset or didn't want to take part in it because they were recently involved in drama or they recently took part in something that erupted hate.
Gotcha.
Tana Mongeau, for example, she ended up getting into the crosshairs of iDubbbz. iDubbbz is instantly not allowed to go to any of these places. Who he exposed her for saying the N-word back when she was younger.
iDubbbz is one of those YouTubers that I call them. I wouldn't say anti-YouTuber, but everybody really worships the ground he fucking walks on as any other as you would do with any other YouTuber. But because he keeps it real and he doesn't take any bullshit, and he's so fucking hilarious. He's a comedic genius, and I don't give a fuck because this probably won't ever reach his airwaves. If it does, I don't give a fuck. He's not that talented. He's not that funny. He just runs on being an asshole. And there are a lot of... Well, there was this one interview where I didn't feel bad for him, where he started talking about his emotions and shit. I'm like, well, dude, you do this to people all the time.
I would like to see iDubbbz on Hot Ones just to see how mediocre he is.
God damn.
Unfortunately, you like him. So...
What?
He's not... So, his content is crap. But he's an intellectual. His content is toxic as all hell. He likes to make people feel like whatever they're out there going is questionable. They got bad content, no matter how bad his content is. But at the end of the day, he is a smart dude. Like, when I was to him talk, I am listening like, oh, yeah, true. Like...
But he's still a fucking asshole.
His content is not what I'm with. Who he is.
I get you. He's not all about... His content's not about making you feel happy or comfortable.
Right.
It's the complete opposite. I get it.
But, so, back to the thing. He called her out basically for calling her, saying the N-word. He went to a convention where she hosted, YouTubers go on tour when they get big enough. So she had her own little thing. She met up with her fans, and he goes up to her while she's taking pictures. He takes pictures with her like he's a fan, and then says "Sade," and that caused a lot of problems between everybody. And
where did you find that footage?
Oh, who's on YouTube, baby? We've been watching YouTube since like
Cop Game, baby.
Bro,
so, nice going, Tana.
Okay, so people say this when she was a kid. My argument is like half of the people. It wasn't that long ago. She's 21. She said it when she was like 15. That was long ago.
Once you hit 13, you're more than conscious.
That's one thing too. Because when I played Xbox, my ears were very not sensitive to these guys.
Exactly.
I was like, hello.
But then when we say that this is like a race issue, like a culture thing, because a lot of white people, like remember my anecdote for the situation where to this topic where the dude didn't know I was black, but he was like calling like other white people the N-word, and I'm just like, he does know I'm black, right? Like it's a thing, and it's not like obviously not excusing it, but we're just adding to the formula to try to figure this out, because I do think, especially when it comes to these people, like when it comes to being famous, you could be fake, obviously, but I do think at one point she probably did learn, and like, yo guys, like I apologize, my fault, whatever, but I don't know.
I just feel like her paycheck's on the line. I think she will apologize even if she was big, if she wasn't big, but I feel like she felt like she was much more needed to be apologetic because she was big. Anyways,
I feel like soon we'll see a video of her saying, when we started this journey...
that kind of already passed.
It did pass, but she's more... No, she's... Because of, like, you said her voice, she's more like, guys, I'm so sorry. Which is also a typical YouTube apology.
Yeah.
So,
guys, I didn't mean for this to happen.
How do you, like, cry on command? Like, you just start thinking about, I don't know, Land Before Time when his mother died? And then you're like, all right, cue the camera. For those who don't know, that's a Land Before Time reference when Littlefoot's mother died.
Alright, so moving away from the fact that we're doing critic hit pieces on everybody. Alright, let's move on for that.
Right.
The situation at hand. So the Vic comes and she's telling everybody how she wants to do her own, called TanaCon. TanaCon was going to be a thing where anybody was able to get in, YouTubers, they were going to be able to, their favorite YouTubers, they were going to basically take part in a bigger event. They had people like Gabby Hanna, the Gabby shows, Shane Dawson, Bella Thorne. They had multiple people. It was supposed to be big. She had planned it. She had a plan, but it was scheduled for the same day as VidCon, up the street from VidCon.
Yeah, it was like what, 15-minute walk?
Yeah,
it was literally a 15-minute walk to TanaCon.
Right, and it was all out of spite. She really wasn't fucking with VidCon because she did all this promo for them. She was saying how she couldn't wait to go meet all her fans. And then at the last minute, they were like, no, we're not going to invite you. You're canceled. Whatever the case was. So the event comes, and it turns out it's a shit show. She had got 5,000 people to basically sign up to want to go.
What?
It was free. Which sounds fair, right? It was free.
Right.
It was free. 5,000 people coming up. Now there's when the problems come up. It wasn't properly planned.
And then I overheard they were like selling tickets too.
Yeah, they had selling versions of the tickets, right? You can buy the ticket $60, but
is that not?
But it's free. But you if you wanted to be VIP, you just walk right in. If you wanted to, get a pass. People were going to the door, and they're saying, "Yeah, I'm VIP," and they just got the pass. So everybody had VIP passes basically. That's two. Thirdly, the place can only store 1,000 people.
So I think we're gonna get deeper into this because we're gonna obviously mention Shane Dawson, but just to jump a little bit in, we're gonna the Marriott said that it could comfortably fit 1,000 people. This is from what Shane Dawson, Tana, the guy that tried to be in Bleach. This is what they've all said, that the Marriott said it comfortably fits 1,000 people, but that's just a safety number. We're like, wow, that doesn't even make sense.
How do you have a safety number and then an actual number?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. It's like, it's just a safety number. We can handle 2,000.
This event was supposed to have food, drinks, the works for all her fans. They did not have food. They did not have drinks. It was hot as hell outside. It's in California, hot as hell. Kids got dangerous sunburns. Somebody had to get dragged off into the hospital. It was a shit show. It looked fine on the inside, but on the outside, everybody was dying. Security squad. VidCon had 50. This place only had 25.
But it doesn't matter because they were all amateur goons.
Just running people off the street.
Funniest shit I've ever seen. It's like they put an ad on Craigslist and said, "Yo, we hire." Not hiring, we hire. And people were like, "Yo, word, pulling up."
So another example. Wow. VidCon paid $1 million in security. They only put 20 grand in security.
Was it 20 or was it 100 something?
I thought it was like, no, I think it was like 100, maybe 100. I think it's like 30K or something.
Yeah, probably. It was just low.
Dude, I also saw that bit on a Philly D's episode in regards to this, where Tana was like, "Oh yeah, standing outside in the sun or yada yada yada." Yeah, they love being. I'm like, what the fuck?
So
what
my
kind
opinion,
of sinister shit is this?
So my opinion, I think it's just wrong word usage. Because what she was trying to say, because what she was trying to say was like, you know how when you sit outside of a concert and you're waiting to get into that concert, that's what she meant.
Yeah, I get that, but it felt like she was just stroking her own fucking ego.
You're Tana.
There's a point where you do understand where you're coming from. But Shane Dawson was supposed to go ahead when it got canceled. They canceled the whole weekend. The whole thing was done. People paid $60. People flew from here over there to go. All canceled. All of it was done.
To any of you who flew from the East Coast to go to the West Coast to see some chick called Tana, shame on you. Anyways, continue.
But it was Shane Dawson, Bella Thorne, Gabby
Bella Thorne too. So like, I think the disconnect that we're having here is that this isn't just people making YouTube videos.
Right.
These are celebrities. I would do the exact same thing if what's somebody that I really like. If I won't even say that because like I'm
Pentatonics was playing in the Prudential.
I'm not gonna go see Pentatonics. Fuck you.
I'm sorry.
For Chris, that's an inside joke that all social justice warriors love Pentatonics. Yo, you know what? This is the last time I'm gonna go to Meteorite. I'm jumping off.
That's the acapella group, right?
Yeah, I'm jumping off right now. I'm done with the Golden Meteorite. Fuck this dude. But I'm trying to see, but I would say not Watsky. I was gonna say Markiplier, but if I had the money to go see my favorite YouTuber, the money and all that to go see them, I would. Because I'm like, oh, that person, I really love this person.
If Casey Neistat was hosting a convention
on
how to get big like him, and you could meet him face to face, talk to him, you ain't gonna go do it, Josh? It's free?
And it's an interview.
It's free?
And it's an interview for his new company.
Free water, free food, to meet your favorite celebrities?
And the only thing you gotta do,
there's
Chris.
a difference between Casey and Tana.
No, not for certain people.
They're just as big.
Exactly. No. Hold on. See, that's the conversation. Because for your standpoint, you're like, oh, I love Casey Neistat. Somebody loves Tana the same way you love Casey Neistat.
Let me explain something.
How many subscribers does Casey have?
I don't know. I know it's within 9 million.
Yeah, she has 7. Just as big, Josh.
She's 2 million shy. Anyway.
No, she's not.
Look, bottom line is...
She's a very careful
Alright,
person.
okay, great. But her only source of income is YouTube.
That's not true.
That's not true, but that's the thing. Like, you can't put down somebody's hero just because you can't relate with them.
Okay.
To some girl...
I get that.
First of all, I want to go back to the other thing. The only thing that you gotta do to go see Casey Neistat is take a 3-hour train ride. Would you do it? And this is the interview. Would you do it? Yes.
Actually, it's much less time.
Oh no, it is. No, I'm saying like the place that he's at is 3 hours.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do.
But this is what I'm. So, she has contracts. She's been on shows. She does TV. Okay. She did a lot of cameos. She talks to other YouTubers. They already got this jump popping. The fact that TanaCon was that big, last minute, 5,000 people came up.
This shows, like, yeah,
for one day.
Yeah, and the thing is,
Well,
that's what I'm trying to say is that you're like, oh well, her only way of getting money was being a YouTuber, but that is the point of TanaCon. That's why I was behind her on it, because that could have been her big break. She could have started doing TanaCon, and also if TanaCon was ran, like if she took a whole year to set that motherfucker up, we would have been having a war. It's like let's put it like this to make you even to help you see it clearly. Let's take advice from Phil DeFranco, where he's like, competition, like he always welcomes competition.
It always breeds improvement.
Exactly. Right? So if Tana did her thing, while VidCon's doing her thing, Tana would have started growing, VidCon would have started growing, and they would have kept coming at each other. And
we would have made it better for creators all around.
Yeah, and who knows? Tana, being that Tana was actually a creator, even though it was ran by the Green Brothers, who were also creators, but being that Tana is now the new age creator, TanaCon could have been the shit. Especially since she had people on her team. She had Bella Thorne, The Gabby Show. She had Casey Neistat. Casey Neistat was supposed to be there. She fucked it up because they scheduled on the same time for VidCon, but she had Casey motherfucking Neistat.
That's a good point. Casey Neistat was supposed to show up.
Yeah. So like, yeah, I totally get it, because like it's like what I just said. I'm not subscribed to Tana. I don't want to listen to her fucking bullshit. I don't like her videos, but I can't disrespect the hustle. Yeah, it's like me and Cardi B. I was like, I don't like Cardi B, but her hustle game is on point.
I love Cardi B.
Oh, now I do, yeah, totally. But like,
yeah, just so we all agree, we all love Cardi B here, yes?
Yeah.
All right, the tribunal agrees.
Nah, so, but that's my thing. It's like, cause that's what I would want to do if I had money, if I was popular. Yo, you got clout, you got popularity. I don't like when I see people with popularity not use their name to make something bigger. Like they go buy a mansion and stuff. Like if I was a big YouTuber right now, I'm going on Twitch. I'm going on things that give me money, just easy cash.
Yeah, and like that's also the thing. It's like when it comes to entertainment, you don't like once you get to that certain amount. I think once you get to like maybe 500K, you don't even have to do much. All you gotta do is exist and keep talking.
Co-sign a controller stick. Get the overstick and just. Yeah, whatever. The overstick.
The overstick.
Because
once you use it, it's over.
Once I have this thing, it's over.
Like get the what is it? The rock candies, the abuse selection, and it was just like wow. Like my money stacking, their money stacking. Why not use your name? She said, "Well, no, I'm going to do TanaCon." And you saw what happened?
Casey Neistat wasn't even what he was. Like he wasn't like this. Hey guys, here's how to start a business. Casey Neistat was just, I like filming stuff. We're gonna make some not controversial. What's it called? When it fucking loops like crazy, like the whole internet. Not trending. Fuck. Well, yeah. Huh? Viral. Thank you. His thing was just making viral videos. That was it. That's basically the equivalent to Tana Mongeau. We're just making viral videos.
Well, to be fair, Casey, he was a cinematographer to begin with. Who got like famous off of commercials he did for companies, and then he started his own business.
And Tana is just a person that makes up stupid ass stories, and that's what she keeps on doing. But while you make up that shit, it's like what I said. it's like while you're building up on this shit, like while you're still doing the same, you can still have like side shit. Like, hey, I'm Tana, I'm gonna tell you this stupid ass story, but like, regardless about my makeup. Oh shit, and that's also a thing. She's
got makeup series in like Sephora and all of them.
Yeah.
Now imagine you get your own guitar series, like get the Strat, the Josh Kelly selection. And people just go in there buying these acoustic guitars because they think Josh played them. But then when they go in there, he got a Fender.
Bro, I'll punch you in your fucking mouth. Yeah. I'll go there, side like, yeah, he got the Josh Kelly guitar.
Hey, Ovation, if you want to give me a guitar for free, I'd gladly accept it.
That's what I'm saying.
But
is that a Fender?
But the thing was, and they started talking about the CEO of the person who hosted it.
Right.
It was another 21-year-old, basically 20, who's basically trying to do it by himself, trying to host the whole con by himself. Shitty security, all this. And then when it failed, he just jumped on a plane and went back home. They think that they tried to finesse him. They think that he was trying to finesse everybody. Kind of like he did. But at the end of the day, he didn't. The people that he used to get the tickets,
yeah,
they kept all the money. They said if it does not work out, they keep all the money. There's no refunds from them. So he did not receive any money from this. So all he got was pure hate. Tana Mongeau did not she put all her money into it. She's not getting any profit from it either. Neither of these people got money from it, but it just looked really shitty.
So yeah,
it wasn't planned right.
So let's take a step back. So like a big portion of this podcast is going to be referencing the Shane Dawson documentary. So 3-part documentary. I think it's about like 3 hours long. An hour each video. So let's take it like part 1, part 2, part 3. Which honestly wasn't all that important. But part 1, Shane was just basically explaining like everything that's happened with with the TanaCon. And that's how we start learning what exactly happened at TanaCon. And I think it's more part 3, but still, what we learned from that documentary is that Tana thought everything was okay inside. Like she said, everybody that was inside TanaCon was having a good time, except for Gabby. Gabby, legit. How would you feel? Somebody you invited was like, yeah, this became a shit show. I was like, damn, yo, crazy.
Well, because Gabby's a comedian.
Yeah. But she thought everything was fine. But later on, everybody found out. Shane Dawson, all of them found out that everything wasn't fine. Michael, the guy that wanted to be in Bleach, Michael was like, it's like 20,000 people out there. Shane was like, no, there wasn't, because he actually had like a comparison between like an actual venue with 20,000 people in it and TanaCon. For what they said, it was only 5,000. Right? 5,000 or 3,000?
5,000.
It was 5,000 people there. Let's go back to what me and Chris said. She got, she could bring in people. But actually, to help y'all a little bit, a lot of those people also came from Shane Dawson. So Shane Dawson is like basically explaining basically what happened and all the craziness and all that stuff that was happening. He even invited more people, and this is where it gets. Well, he invited. Sorry, he's showing you a picture.
That's the picture of the guy.
Yeah.
He was just really, while everything's going to shit, he's on a Segway, just rolling around.
Yeah, he's on a Segway rolling around. Like, that's what's. I'm happy I'm doing this because we want to take it step by step. So everybody didn't even know who was running it. What is it called? Party Time? Something? Get Time? Something?
Good times.
Good Times. So he owns this company called Good Times that's supposed to always run conventions and all that shit. So, but nobody knew who Good Times were. Nobody knew who was actually running, like who's making sure everything was okay at the convention. Mm-hmm. But they saw Michael going around and everything. But that's when we started hearing theories, because Shane Dawson is very famous for making conspiracy theories. So he started making theories like, I think they wanted this thing. I think they wanted this thing to fail. I think they all wanted, because in the end they would have all profited from it.
Right.
So around part 2, Shane Dawson invites some fans that was actually burned and all that, and he started seeing all the stuff that was given to him, all the free stuff, and all the free stuff was like, I shit you not, $3. Like one bag cost like probably $2 or $3.
So here's another feature.
I get what you're saying. So for that VIP package that they purchased,
I don't think it was for VIP. It was just free stuff.
And it's like $3 worth of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking lame.
So, what was in this? Like some random good job stickers. You got
a condom.
Damn it, Jordan. You got basically like some stuff, some brochures or whatever the case was. Little wristband that said Gucci bitch or something like that. Gucci girl. Right?
Oh no, Gucci queen.
Gucci queen.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that's from the dollar store.
That's gorgeous.
But
yeah.
it was white condoms. So they just designed them personally. White condoms that said TanaCon on it.
Wow.
TanaCon dome.
So you can what? Go fuck yourself right after?
Oh yeah, see how easy that joke was?
Yeah.
Shane Dawson made the same joke. He was like, good thing you guys have protection because you guys got fucked.
But think about this. think about this. Her fan base are a bunch of teenage girls, and you just gave out condoms.
See,
hey man.
I know you're saying that's good, right? But the thing is that parents ain't with that shit. Like that's really bad.
Yeah,
but that's the thing. That's still Tana's brand.
Not even that. But they're teenage girls. You know what they're doing, bro. Like just teenagers in general. You know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So it's better to be safe than to not be safe.
Exactly.
Better to have it, not need it, than to need it, not have it. That's what I say.
First off, don't use that fucking condom. Second off, it's a decoration. Don't fucking use that condom. But it goes back to what I said about branding and how you can't disrespect Tana because of who she is as a YouTuber. That's who she is. And in some way, like, a lot of people always, like, I think you saying that, some people say that you're seeing this in a traditional way. Like, traditionally, you're not supposed to do that because it's a teenage girl. But people like what Josh just said, we know what they're doing. That's basically teaching girls to be okay with their sexuality or their sexual, all that and all that stuff. Yeah.
So that conversation. So if my daughter came in and it was like, oh yeah, they gave out condoms. All right, cool. I'm not going crazy.
Well, that's you.
But that's not a celebrity's decision to make.
I get what you're saying. But you're coming from.
Let's go back to Eminem now.
You're coming from a conservative standpoint.
Yeah.
But the way I see it is, look, they gave you a condom. Big deal. I'd rather them give you condoms than promote like crazy drug use.
That's you, him, and me as a parent.
Yeah.
They'd be like, yeah, whatever. Some parents would, what the hell is this?
Oh yeah, I get what you're saying.
Who are you watching that's thinking that's gonna happen?
I think this is where the Golden Meteorite, which I'm loving this, is where we all get divided. Because I'm more concerned, like, I think now that I'm aware of what branding is and like how it is to be like an independent person and being your own brand, I'm happy. Like not happy, but I understand why Tana like gave up the condom. That's just who she is, and I can't, as a parent again, I can't get mad at Tana because it was my responsibility to watch what my kid was watching, which is why I said this goes back to Eminem and all the other rappers, all the other musicians. That's like, how the fuck is this my fault? You knew, like I'm just being myself. You put your fucking daughter in front of that computer. Was like, watch whatever you want.
Yeah.
Now, my problem is you gave my fucking daughter a cheap ass condom, my nigga.
That would be
hold on for a second. Like,
Not
you
even
almost
that,
fucked up her life.
So you're telling me you had these condoms stored somewhere in the California sun? Faulty much?
Yeah, no.
Oh, in the bags that they gave out, because they said it was going to be bags that they carry around, those cinch bags.
Yeah.
They were like $10 bags with TanaCons printed on it.
So, now we're going to get to part 3.
It just sounds like a bad time.
In part 3, we basically get the meet up. We hear Tana's side, and it just honestly, like, it's so much information to get through, but it was just a bunch of, we were too young to run this con, we all fucked up. Michael was saying how he's fucked, how he's so fucked because he probably won't, like, he's probably gonna lose his house, his car, and everything. Why he never said how? We don't know. But he mentioned it. He was like, I'm going to lose my money. I'm going to lose my car. I'm going to lose everything because of this convention. I'm going to lose my whole company. Tana was flip-flopping. Honestly, I think I got too caught with her being too like real. At least in my opinion, I think she was very realistic. But watching a YouTube video, because I mentioned the guy a lot. We're not going to give him that much clout. But like watching the YouTube video, the YouTuber mentioned how, hey, like, did you realize that Tana just kept flipping? She just kept flip-flopping, you know. And after the conversation, Shane Dawson then watches some video clips that Tana's cameraman had, and it's basically the cameraman saying, "Oh, don't worry, we're gonna do that." Oh, not Karen, sorry, Michael. "Oh, don't worry, we're gonna do that. Oh, yeah, we got plenty of food, we got all the," and then like Shane Dawson, "Oh my God, this is like a conspiracy moment." Now here's where I love Shane, because he didn't just take that and run with it. He was like, "I still gotta do more investigation. I still gotta do more research and all that." And in the final minutes of the last part, he basically dished out everything, like how he feels, like the evaluation, and exactly what's happening. So, here's how fucking Michael is getting fucked. Michael tried to be a grown-ass fucking adult and try to run this convention because he thought that this was a great business move. If I helped TanaCon, I made it. I fucking did. Of course you won't put your fucking name on that thing. But he fucked himself because he was signing any fucking paper to get this shit done. And on one of them from fucking Veeps, one of the contracts were, hey, so if any of these people want refunds, that's coming out of your fucking pockets. And doubly, I don't even fun is not a word, doubly a fucking up, he signed that shit. Like a goddamn dumbass, signed it, and then what happened? That shit went to fucking hell. You know what this motherfucker owes? $135,000 out of his fucking pockets, out of your fucking pocket, not Veeps, not Tana's, not YouTube's,
he's actually,
your fucking pockets.
And he's actually $700,000 down the hole.
Yep. So now after Shane revealed that, I was like, oh, Michael is fucked. This dude is legit, like, everybody is scared that he's gonna kill himself.
Michael, you're fucked.
He's scared.
I want to take it right out the books of some legendary person that said this before. In a time of great dire stress, Rip.
Fucking Rip. Krill. No, but that's the thing, is that, like, you can't really side. I respected Tana for what she was trying to do.
I'm glad I can throw my head back and laugh while somewhere out there's Michael crying.
Michael didn't do, like, I'm not angry at anybody. I'm not laughing at anybody, because Michael didn't do anything wrong.
Aside from biting off more than he could chew.
Michael, no, hold on, exactly. Now, you are just attacking him without realizing, like, he was trying to run his company. He was just trying to be like everybody. He was trying to be like me, you, Chris. He was just trying to make a business for himself at a young age and make it. And he was almost fucking there. Maybe he still is. Who knows? But he was almost fucking there. So, yeah, like he was almost there. But I say that he didn't do anything morally or maybe immorally wrong. It's just that he was too fucking young and dumb to realize what the fuck you are currently doing.
But that's literally what I'm saying. Yeah, he bit off more than he could chew. He was way in over his head. He did not plan that out accordingly. He was just seeing the profit. He knew that she had a large following and that they were all going to flock to that location. So he already had an estimate as to how much he was going to make from that convention.
So here's the problem. So when people do things like this, they have teams of lawyers read over the contract.
Right.
All he did was sign his name. That's what he fucked up at, right? So he fucked up where he signed his name and everything. Tana fucked up where she wasn't following up because she went out to Hawaii before TanaCon. She should have went to go review this shit to make sure it was popping. But then if it wasn't, she could have made some last minute arrangements like get emergency catering, went to Walgreens and got some waters. She could have done something to help alleviate the situation before it got to where it was. Maybe have better. She could have hired an emergency security squad. Like there's some people, there's security groups that were a little bit willing to throw themselves in that fire. My ending statement to this literally is I guess it's hard for everyone else as well. Like I guess it's just really hard
for everybody out here.
I guess it really is because he's $750,000 hole. I'm not even in that hole. And I feel it's because they wasted $700 altogether for everything, paid for everything out of his pocket. He spent $750,000 on everything.
Plus, yeah.
He lost $350,000 from the tickets that he now has to refund. Yeah, that he has to give out his pockets. He's almost $1 million in debt. Yeah. John, I'm only 20. Like, bro, the magnitude of that, you're never getting out of this hole. You just bought a house.
You better sell it.
I'm not gonna say, because maybe not my final. We know we are an hour in, but it might not be my final statement. But I think this is how also Shane Dawson put it, and I totally agree. But not a learning experience from them, more like a learning experience for any young entrepreneur out there. Because I tell a lot of people that's around my age or coming up or whatever, I'm like, I feel like you're not gonna get anywhere with like working under anybody. It's a very typical cliche saying, but I feel like everybody right now is trying to do their own thing. They're all trying to make their own business. They're all trying to, make a thing for themselves or whatever. What we can learn from Tana and Michael is this is literally worst case scenario. That is literally worst case fucking scenario. What if you sign something and you get fucked? TanaCon. What if you guys didn't plan accordingly? TanaCon. Like everything that happened at TanaCon, it's don't do that. Don't watch your fucking self. Like you better. Now every time you want to make your own convention, you want to make your own store. Let me read that contract real quick. Yeah. You're gonna be up all night with your glasses and your coffee.
I'll get my lawyers to sift through that.
You got no fucking lawyer. You just go through that.
That's what I'm saying. How do you drop so much money on a convention, but not have that much money to get a retainer for lawyers to make sure that you don't get?
But the thing was,
so
had
screwed.
Tana kept up to date with that,
maybe
she has a lot of money. She was willing to throw more money into it.
The reason why I said, the reason why I said maybe because this shows their recklessness. I think the person that, first off, I don't like the people in this situation. I think the person that's the most safe is Shane. But I think the person that's gonna come out fine is Tana. All you gotta do is make better moves and make more videos. You're fine. Once again, the loser, DJ Rip over here is Michael. Michael is donezo. Michael's dead. Michael it's game over. He can probably survive. I don't know how, but it's Jesus freaking Christ. But I don't know. I don't know if this shows Tana's intelligence. It just shows what Tana would have done in this situation because this is what she's actually doing, and it's bad. It's awful. I don't know if she could have salvaged this, except for, again, should have waited a year. Who knows what would have happened in a year? We don't have the facts. We don't got a time machine or a space-time continuum.
It would have been bigger if she scheduled a different day. It would have been better if she planned it more accordingly. It would have been better if she was involved, but she just went off. Me, if I was hosting alright, everybody, my birthday's July 21st. So, if my birthday's coming up, right? Now, the barbecue I'm going to do. Hey, Jordan, host me a barbecue. Let me know how it goes, alright? I just walk in.
Thank God I'm actually a pretty good party planner, but...
No, but I'm saying, next thing you know, I come there, this monkey swinging. Where the monkeys come from? I can't be mad.
A monkey throw shit at you
Could you
as soon as you walk in.
If you didn't follow, even the night before, alright, so Jordan, tell me what we looking like. At least do that. She came in, alright, TanaCon, let's go. No, idiot. You gotta pay attention to how it's going. Keep progress. At least if you're in Hawaii, hey, so how's it going? Is everything good? Yeah, everything's perfectly fine. Yeah,
but she didn't do that in Hawaii, but she was continuing to do that. Yo, Michael, is everything good? He's like,
no.
with that fucking sunshine approval.
A month before that, I'm saying walking there. I want to see my security staff. I want to see my chefs. I want to see the stock of stuff we have for it. I want to see how the lines are going to look. I want to see all that stuff.
My question is, what did Michael do to garner so much trust and faith from Tana?
None. She just found them.
Bro, they're kids. They don't care about
them.
You're 21.
And for what Tana said, her anecdotes from other people was like, yo, don't trust Michael. He's going to fuck you over. And her dumb, even Bella Thorne was like, yo, don't trust, he ain't going to do all that. And Tana was like, guys, I'm Tana Monjo. And now she got Tana fucked. So now, that's what happened. You shouldn't have fucking done that.
But that's my thing. They were kids. Somebody told them, "Oh, believe me, I got your back." Oh, you got my back? Yeah, I got you covered.
That just sound like a shitty anime.
And then all she did was, "Oh, okay," and she walked away, and he did not have it. As a business person on her end,
what he did have, in fact, was her spine and her career. No,
just wiggling in her hand. So if for once, as a business person, as a YouTuber, as the person that this is going to be about, it was your thing to do due diligence. As the promoter, as the person who's hosting the event, it was your duty to be honest and understand the situation on when you were going to get fucked. You let the whole thing crash and burn. There was no chefs. She said she wanted chefs. How is there no chefs? Who made that executive decision to put no chefs when the star of it said she wanted chefs?
not even that.
What's the water?
But assuming,
like 100 bottles.
assuming you've got money for all of this, and the money was already put down for all of these things, what happened?
Right. That's the point. He booed on other things, getting all flashy, bought himself a Segway. But you know how easy it is to just go up the street and be like, "Hey, yo, guys, we're about to host an event. If y'all want to go try to sell that water over there," like, yo, had the dudes up the street, bottle of water. They would have been making money that way. Free. A team of people just running around, bunch of dudes trying to make a quick dollar. The bottle of water, $3. That already solved the situation.
That's theft, by the way. I said that's theft. $3.
No, that's if you just go to like rent. That's a vendor.
Yeah, hey, but now if you're hot, whose fault is it now?
Yeah,
so like that's what I'm saying. And like, or another instance, look at the tag. Hey, yo, you VIP? Yeah, I'm VIP. No, let me see the tag. They didn't have aggressive security guards. All you gotta do is just, get a couple of people. Hey, y'all wanna go over there and go make sure? Yo, dudes do that for a cool $50. Y'all just stay here for 3 hours and I'm good to go.
I'm gonna ask Josh this.
Close the doors at a certain time.
How would you feel if you was running? Because with the Golden Meteorite, I don't think we're gonna have a convention. So we'll say we'll have like the Golden Meteorite.
It's gonna be called Overcon, by the way.
Over abuse and it's friends.
Right. But it all goes back to episode 1.
But how would you feel if we had like the Golden Meteorite block party, and like you're like yo, we need security. You gotta do the Denzel Washington. We need security. We need toughest motherfuckers you guys have. That's kind of like Obama, but still, we need the toughest motherfuckers you guys have. And then on like. So let's say you got slopped. And I mean this in a professional way. You got so busy. We all three of us got so busy like trying to get the shit done. And then like the day of, you see the security guards. You're like, all right, let me see the security guards. And you see this dude with his pants sagging, tattoos all over his face. And you're like, blood over here. That's your security guard. How would you feel? That was TanaCon. That was technically TanaCon. I was like,
for the record,
I would have canceled that shit.
I would have fucked them up my damn self.
Second off,
get the fuck out of my block party.
Another thing was people didn't recognize that it was going to be this bad. When Tana got there, she still didn't make no checks to make sure everybody was good.
There were no checks and balances in place to make sure that it ran smoothly.
If I was a celebrity, if I did that,
amateurs,
I would have did a little announcement to everybody. This is my con. This con is named after me. I would have went on the point. Hey guys, thank you guys for showing up. Thank you for showing so much love and support. I really appreciate you guys. Now let's get it started. And I would have watched like the first few going before I went to go do my camera. Because at least I get to see how it turns out, what it looks like from the outside.
But you realize doing that would ensue chaos, right?
It would only ensue chaos if you had a bad security squad.
Yeah, and that's what happened. She had a bad security squad. Jumping over the little silver
railings. If you had a podium
or
and it was blocked with security and there was a walkway for you to go back into the building, you're good to go. So all she did was sit in the building.
So yeah, so I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say the thing that was on my brain, but I'm also gonna try to, I guess, come to an end to this. But I also agree with what you said. But I think that's the reason why we know that. I would say we're more mature because like we're only like 2 or 3 years older than her. Well, yeah. Oh, sorry. Thank you. 4 or 5. I'm so old. I'm only 4 or 5 years older than her. But it's because we have the business mindset. And that was very, like, I was on her side when she said, I'm just a YouTuber. I'm just a creator. I don't know anything about that. Because I'm like, I guess that was his job or whatever. But it's what you said that it's like, no, you're right. You should have gotten involved in this. Because your fucking name is on that 0.3 cent bag and the 0.5 cent condom that's on there. You should have fucking been. We're not even joking. He showed the prices. He like.
And if my daughter gets pregnant using your 0.3 cent condom.
That's a fucking hay penny, dude. That's half a penny.
Are you fucking kidding me?
How much is this?
You want me to cut that fucking penny?
That costs more money to fucking cut.
Cost more money to buy scissors to cut that penny
You
in
went to the
half.
store and just got a plastic bag. It was like, that costs more.
But it's like, you should have been. You should have been there. You should have been to every meeting. Like, you should have. Like, I agree that there should have been some meeting. You should have been there. You should have had like a first off.
It's just Abe Lincoln's face, upset as fuck.
Like, why is it an 8 week penny?
Because why was I divided this far?
But you first off, correct. You should have did this in a year. I would have like you should have did it like next year. But you should have had like review meetings like every 2 months. Man, fuck that. Every month you got a fucking review. Like, all right, guys, what's going on? Like, what we got? Like, oh, okay, well, we got this. This is ready. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get. All right, cool. And then in the final fucking like months, the final countdown, you should be at every fucking meeting. You should like, being that there's 3 of us. One of us should be there. One of us should be like, oh yeah, this is happening. This is about to happen, and all that other shit. You should not have been to fucking Hawaii. You should have just been like, oh, I gotta be there. I gotta do this. But to wrap it all up, I'm gonna throw it at Chris first and say like, what should we take from this? Like, what should we learn? Well, what like your final statement on this all of this?
When your name is on something, you require the most precise branding, because if you do not do that, that tells something about you.
Yes. Like,
Agreed.
That's basic.
It's like what George Foreman said, man. He wouldn't put his name on the grill if it didn't fucking work.
I think, yeah. Oh yeah, he did say that.
He did say that shit.
Yeah.
George Foreman.
And that's what everybody says. The ShamWow guy, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not called the ShamWow, and that guy would not be up there with the little mic on his face if it did not work. That is common sense. Imagine going into George Foreman grills, going to the grills to go get yourself a grill, and then like, there's no grill. There's like 2 grills. There's like 1,000 people outside. 2 grills. You go to George Foreman, bro. Why didn't you make sure there was no grills in there? I don't know. That was Heineke's job. I don't know. I'm saying 2 different companies. I know, but the fact of the matter is, like, you can't blame it on someone else. Your name is on it. It's not called Mike Con. It's not called Shane Con. It's not called Casey Con. Not called Gabby Con. It's called TanaCon. You put your name on it. Guess what? That con better be lit, fam, because it's under your name.
I think YouTubers.
Who
Only con actually going on is the conning of all those fans. Am I right?
Who goes to Hawaii when a big event's coming? I know who.
Somebody who loves spam musubi.
I was gonna say that. I think Tana or YouTubers like Tana. Well, maybe it's a little unfair to say that, but I think YouTubers like Tana are used to things just be like, and then like things happen. Snap.
Well, she has a team.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably YouTubers have a team.
Exactly. So she's just used to like, I want that to happen, and then it happens. It's like, yay, it happened. So she knows that's what was gonna happen with this
that's why I
convention.
think you respect Casey Neistat, because he's his team.
Yeah, he's a one-man fucking army. This guy goes out, does his shots, props up his cameras, does time lapses without a team, by himself. That blows my fucking mind.
That's our statement for that.
So I think the thing I want to take from it, I already said it. It's just that you just gotta learn from it. I think Tana's gonna be fine, in my opinion. I think she's gonna survive. Yeah, like this is like strike 2. I think if we have another strike
1 in a different environment.
Yeah, but like ultimately, still, you put your name out there. But like this is strike 2, and if you have a strike 3, then you're gonna become the YouTuber that's famous, but we don't really take you seriously anymore. Like, oh, you're gonna die off sooner or later. I respect it. I don't want her to lose her will. I want her to learn from it and to do something. Maybe not another con because
She'll do that.
I wouldn't. Cause you're scary.
She already made that promise. She's going to host the stadium. There's going to be no pay. It's going to be completely free.
Well,
everybody can come in.
Well, I think that's still a risky thing, but I still respect it because I respect young people hustle. I want her to do something. I want her name to actually hit me something. I want her to get to the level of Shane Dawson, where you get so fucked up from like your past actions, your past choices in life that you become like I forgot that word, but you basically are good at it now. Like you saw the dark side, here you are.
Right. So
basically, your entire story is one of redemption.
Right.
Yeah.
So now this is another statement. This is a perfect opportunity for another YouTuber to just take over.
What do you mean?
Brand new creator. Yeah.
To do their own content. Like somebody can take advantage of this point.
Sure.
Like we're not gonna be as bad.
Exactly.
As those
Watch where
two.
she failed and improve on those things.
Like
And
Casey?
and not hire Michael.
Casey's too busy doing.
No, but Casey wouldn't do that.
Yeah, Casey wouldn't do that, but Casey's also too busy building.
Because that's going to require Casey to constantly be on top of it.
Right.
And he's already doing something else. He doesn't want to be on top of that.
No, he's already got a lot of things.
He's trying to be an innovator. This is not really innovative. It was more like, oh, you decided to take it into your own hands. He's more like, I'm taking it into my own hands, but in my way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas like, oh, a genius move.
All right, to wrap this up, I'm gonna ask Josh, how does he feel about it? Any questions? Or have any statements about it? So, Josh, out of all of that, how do you feel?
Well, I feel like bad shit like this has to happen to kind of keep these kids' egos in check. To be honest,
I agree.
But also on top of that, I think it's a great learning experience for everybody in that like workspace or market or industry, whatever you want to call it. And you know, maybe like Chris said, maybe somebody out there will just do it better and use her as an example of what not to do and who not to trust.
And that announcement was brought to you by Sunny D, because that's what I felt like it should have followed up with. Very, 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 very positive, but very reprimanding at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
I don't think it should have had that. I think it should have had the old 90s. Here's your lesson, like the learn lesson, like on some.
So what did we learn today?
No, like what's that show with Full House? Now DJ. Now you know you're not supposed to say yeah, with the little jazz.
Q19.
You're right, Dad. I'll never do that again. Aww. Yeah.
Be on track.
Tips will get out.
Bugging.
All right, so that basically wraps up everything we have to say for today. I appreciate anybody who's listening, anybody who's gotten this far in the ride that we started today. It's the 4th of July, so although there are stars out today, don't forget to always look out for the Golden Meteorite. I'm Christopher.
I'm Josh.
I'm Jordan, and we wish you a happy July 4th, even though this might not come out July 4th. We'll see you guys next episode.